In this episode,
he misses you. He says, so you guys had a great relationship, he says. Even though he wants you to be really happy, he's jealous. A lot of what happened in your family happened because of this abusive man. And he wants to apologize for your father also because he taught your dad to be like that. You lost the love of your life?
You could say that.
Well, he's
My
showing...
son, he was murdered.
Ever since I was little, I had a strange and uncanny ability to know things about people. But when I was 19, I was the victim of violence, and I had a really strange out-of-body experience. The worst day of my life became the best day because it left me with an ability to help others in a really deep and meaningful way. I'm able to connect and communicate and share messages from our loved ones who've passed on and are part of spirit now. And it's all about hope, healing, forgiveness, and most of all, love. I'm Colette Baron-Reid, and I'm here to share messages from spirit. I'm getting a long line of military men. Long line of military men on this side. Father, grandfather, great-grandfather, Air Force, or who owns this? Yes? Okay, so is your husband passed?
Yes.
Yes, this is definitely, and this is on his side that we're talking about, you think?
Mine and his.
And his, yes, because it's rare that I see all of that, right? He misses you. He says, so you guys had a great relationship, he says. You loved him. He has no apologies to make at all except that he left too soon.
Right.
And you found him, as it says, it was this abrupt shock.
Yes.
And so he's so sorry that he did that to you. He tried to hang on because he was a man that liked to be in charge and control of everything.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And he said they screwed him out of that at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
And he kind of talks like that too. So he wants you to know for sure that it's him because he's using kind of language that I'm probably going to have to be bleeped out of the show.
Okay.
So, yeah, he said you had so much fun together and oh, he wants to call you Irish.
Yes.
Is that was his nickname for you? Hey, Irish? Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay, we know it's him. Yay! Oh, my God, I'm going to start to cry. Okay, please, Kleenex. Even though he wants you to be really happy, he's jealous. He's kind of jealous.
I've remarried.
Yeah, he's jealous. He's really jealous of this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he would have been jealous of him too, but he's giving you a better life than he could. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
All right.
They're both different.
Yeah.
Love them both in different ways.
And who's Dennis?
Dennis?
Yeah, Dennis or
Can't place Dennis.
David, Dennis,
David.
David, who's that?
Cousin's husband who passed.
Also, right? Okay, so let me just name the people that are there then, because
Okay.
I've got a cluster, so we just want to make sure they're all yours. There's David. There's also Margaret.
Yes.
Yes, is that your mom? Is that your grandmother? Aunt Margaret, okay. It's a mother figure, right? So it's a mother figure. Oh, she was a hoot. She liked her whiskey, that one.
Yep.
She was like, she still does. She's saying, she refuses to call herself an alcoholic. That's just what that was. She took her medicine.
Okay.
Right? So I've got Aunt Margaret. I've got Belle or Beulah or
Betty?
Betty. But Betty was another name also.
Elizabeth.
Right? That's it. Okay. But they and who's Betty?
My mother.
Oh, Betty. Okay. But she was a lot straighter than Margaret because she's showing herself very nicely dressed and totally don't put me in the same bowl as that one. She's saying, right?
Yep.
That would be your mother, right?
Yep.
Okay. She is saying something also about. I got this the other day, too. I got the maid. I got a picture of a maid. Did they own a restaurant?
Yes.
Yes, okay, because it's not a maid, it's a waitressing uniforms. Okay, yeah, so she just wants to make sure you know for sure it's her.
Right.
Because she likes to be specific.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The end. Oh, okay. She's also got 2 or 3 dogs. There are 3 of them. They were yours. They were, right?
3.
All 3 of them, right? So,
3.
and they're all passed now, correct?
Yep.
Okay. She's taking care of them, and
Good.
she doesn't let them near Margaret because apparently, I have no idea why she's saying that because that's not how it works over there. But I think it's the only way you're going to know for sure it's hers.
Right.
And you don't want to get another one. Is this correct? Are you,
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So, well, they would like you to get another one because one's looking for you. And so I know you said you weren't, and because it hurt too much the last time.
Absolutely.
And it killed you, especially this last one. But there is a rescue waiting for you, and you are just going to have to suck it up, according to your mother. And that's what she says, because
Okay.
you are the best dog mom on the planet, and this will be really good with your new husband. And actually, the old one says that's a good idea too, because you can't be without one, so don't kid yourself. Do you understand this?
Yeah. Don't have to like him. Yeah.
You are so loved. You are so loved.
Thank you.
So, so loved. And even though your husband is jealous, as he's a handsome man, your new man, you know, he is happy for you that you didn't wait too long.
Right.
All right. Bless you.
Thank you. Tommy was one of those officers, either you loved him or you hated him. He was very good at his job, 3 months to retirement, and he had a major heart attack at 48 and died. I believe he sent this new husband into my life. It was a beau I had dated 25 years prior. We were together for 15 years, and he was really a good cop. He was a dedicated cop.
Up next, Carol gets advice on love from her father.
I'm getting from your dad, because your dad was actually quite a gentleman.
He was very charming.
He was like a salesman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Can I just say he says I can say he was like a con artist. Okay, I'm just going to say.
In this reading, Carol connects to her father.
I keep wanting to go to you. I believe I'm picking up from your father. Your father has passed, is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Your dad is saying he and your mother wanted you to be in a box for safety. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Yes. So they really instilled in you that you had to be in a straight, normal job,
Yes.
like marry a doctor and all that, have 2 kids in a car. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
they drilled that into you, right? And
Yes.
and you were so not that.
That's
so
right.
you went along with the charade.
Yes.
And you have this ability right now to be able to bridge. That's why I brought that up. To bridge this highly educated mind that you have, which is fantastic because you're intellectual, but also to find a bridge between these 2 worlds in a way that you can bring it to the public in such a way that it is palatable for intelligent people. I think you're going to end up doing this for a living.
Great.
You have something that is, I'm getting from your dad, because your dad was actually quite a gentleman.
He was very charming.
He was like a salesman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Can I just say he says I can say he was like a con artist. Okay, I'm just going to say, but he really wasn't, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, he had a way with the women.
Okay, let's. He doesn't want me to talk about that, interestingly enough, but I'm going to
Okay.
anyway, because you've chosen men like him in the past.
Yes.
Yes. Not now, though, he says. So you've grown out of your taste, your poor taste.
I think so.
So you are not married today, correct?
No, I'm
good.
not.
Okay, good, because he said that the last one was a loser. Sorry. It is what he's saying. I am not saying this, all right?
Okay,
I would
yeah.
never say that in public to people, but
Yeah.
he wants me to because he says you picked him over and over and over again.
Okay.
Don't be like your mother who just accepted it.
Yes.
Right? So he said, that was a different time, and he is so sorry actually what he did to your mom, and because he told her she was crazy when she had a sense that things were amiss. Does that make sense to you at all?
Yes.
Yeah, and so she stopped believing in her own intuition and really kind of lost her self-worth and self-esteem. And fortunately, he said, You did not. Even though you have tried to heal your relationship with him through these other relationships, you realize now it's not going to happen.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
Okay.
You have to pick something unknown.
Okay.
And a new guy is coming, different cultural background than you.
Okay.
English, or no, he said forget English. Like Italian. He's looking at like not dark skin, but dark hair, and the culture is dark haired,
Yes.
dark eyes, from Capri. He says you're going to go to Capri or Capri or...
Yes.
Yes?
No, I mean, I love that.
Oh, good. Okay. I love the way she goes, yes. Someone, are you going? Oh, yeah, I am now. But that's where I see, like, Positano, Capri, you end up going to Italy with this person.
Oh,
and
great.
he's like in his early 50s and divorced.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
yeah, so I hope that's
wonderful.
okay with you.
Yes,
because
thank
that's
you.
that's what your dad's ordering up for you. And he used to be a little bit like your dad, FYI.
Okay,
So you
yes.
would be too bored with a guy that's too normal. So he said he has a history, he has a past, but he's
Yes.
over it now.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to be too much of a handful anyhow. But elegant
Okay.
man. Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. It felt really life-changing to get that message from my father, to get that validation in terms of the romantic partners that I had chosen, as well as the romantic situation to look forward to in my future, and it felt like the near future.
Coming up, Natalie's abusive grandfather apologizes.
A lot of what happened in your family happened because of this abusive man. And he wants to apologize for your father also because he taught your dad to be like that.
In this reading, Natalie connects to her grandfather.
Are you of Italian or a Portuguese background? Portuguese, okay. And your parents didn't speak English?
My grandpa Souza, that's dead. My dad's dad.
Your
And
dad-
he didn't speak any English.
The person I'm connecting to is a very mean,
Yep.
or was very mean in life, and was horrible to your dad.
Beat them
and
all as
horrible
kids.
to everybody.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
wants to apologize. He's not speaking a word of English to me, but he's showing me pictures. Because a lot of what happened in your family happened because of this abusive man.
Yeah.
And he was so angry, and he never became what he wanted to become, so he was a very jealous man too. So he would look at other people and how well they did, etc. And he was very, right, he would be comparative.
Like a
And he
hater,
was very
yeah.
cruel to you and when you were a little kid. So he wants to apologize for that.
Wow.
And he wants to
Messed up.
apologize for your father also because he taught your dad to be like that. And he didn't know any better.
No.
And you have a voice inside of your head that still keeps that going. So that little goblin voice, right, that says, I'm no good, I'm not enough, I'm all these things, right? That's not true. That isn't true. He is so proud of you. He's so proud of you. And I know you don't think anybody's going to love you. That's what he's saying, because your dad kept saying that to you. Nobody's going to want you, right?
In so many words, yeah.
Well, that's not true.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not true.
Okay.
Well, he said that to your father. He said nobody's going to want you. He said that to you guys. So he says you want to have your own business, correct? Yeah. So he says that you need to do that. So right now you still feel trapped working for other people. Is this
Yeah,
correct? So in the next 2 years, you're going to build this small business. It's a small business, and it's going to grow. And it's a service business, so you're going to help other people. So you mustn't be scared. They're going to help you over there. And your grandfather's ways of apologizing to you is to actually help you get this thing off the ground. Do you also have, he's showing me a gastrointestinal problem?
I had a gastrointestinal infection
Right.
bad a couple years ago.
Right. And you almost died because he's saying he was there with
I
you.
was very sick.
Yeah, because you were like hallucinating and stuff, and he
Yeah.
was the last person you'd ever think about. But,
Yeah.
yeah, but he said he watched over you when you were having this gastro
Wow.
thing. You had like a rupture or something like this. It's like a bad infection, and you had a systemic infection after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's saying that you have a difficulty with your immune system as well. So and a lot of that is because you suppress your gifts and talents, and that this is next next 2 years again, that once you get out of that, again, that sense of feeling like obligated to something that's more secure, you're going to do extremely well financially once you start this other business. Does this make any sense to you
Yeah,
at
it
all,
does.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Okay. Is she your friend?
It's my aunt.
Oh, your aunt. Okay.
Through the
this is
Scottish side, not
okay.
the
I was going to
Portuguese
say, 'cause
side.
he's like, he pointed at her for me, but it didn't feel like they had a relation at all.
No.
So you're pretty much the only person in the family that gets her.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say this from him. I want to say this from your grandfather, how happy he is that you have somebody that sees you, that, because he sees you over there. He sees you. You're seen. And nobody in your family sees you but her.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's okay. He says they don't know how. It's not their fault. He's accepting the damage, even with your mom. Like, you know, it's like, she married your dad, for crying out loud, right? So he's saying you can't be seen there. They're scared of you in a way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Makes sense.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with you.
Yeah.
But she gets you, and so you really are her healer. You're her angel.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, really her angel. Thank you for letting me do this. Okay.
In the second part of this reading, Natalie's aunt, Kathy, connects to her son.
You lost the love of your life?
You could say that.
Well, he's
My
showing.
son, he was murdered.
In this reading, Kathy connects to her murdered son.
You got somebody now, I think. Just a second now. You lost the love of your life?
You could say that.
Well, he's
My
showing.
son, he was murdered.
I'm seeing wintertime. I'm seeing wintertime, crying in the winter. So you cried in the wintertime. So the crying in the winter, why does he say you're crying? Is his birthday?
January,
I was crying in the wintertime. Okay, so you cried around, and he passed in June?
July.
Okay, close enough. I'm not God, right? So he's showing he's showing me the summer, and you're crying in the winter. So this makes a lot of sense. Okay, so he's still showing. He didn't really know this person. So he said, well, when I say that, he didn't know who they really were. Do you understand this? So there's like two personalities. So this person was like befriended him, and was very jealous of him. So, and wanted to rob him of something, of a girl or of something.
Oh my God.
I don't want to, okay. And I can't breathe now. So he either was asphyxiated or he was choked or something happened where he couldn't breathe. And I'm seeing plastic. I don't know why I'm seeing a lot of plastic. So was this person a hoarder too? So this is like, there's like a crazy, like weird things in his house.
Bags of batteries,
Plastic? What does this mean?
Michael wasn't, no. My
What
son
does this
was
mean to you?
Michael.
What was that?
My son was Michael. But this person has schizophrenia that did this to him.
Okay, so bear with me on this, right? So what does that mean to you? Because you said yes. So what is the...
Not as a hoarder, but Michael, my cousin, he used to buy stupid stuff in deals, and he'd come home with garbage bags of
full
batteries.
of stuff. And
or-
is he passed now, or is he still alive?
That's her son that's passed.
This is who I'm seeing, yes.
Michael.
I wouldn't call him a hoarder.
Okay. He's showing me
junk.
tons and tons of things in plastic bags.
Yes.
All right, so, and
Okay.
I apologize. I'm only interpreting what I'm seeing, right? So he says, you're fierce. He's never left you, and by the way, he wants you to know he didn't feel very much, so that if you're worried about it really hurting him, he numbed out. And he left a girl. He left a girl behind that still misses him, and you need to stay in touch. Does this mean anything to you at all? Yeah. Nobody will ever get over the loss of a son. And you called him Mikey? Not Michael, yes, Mikey. So he says, just remember, I had a good life, and he says, I had a great life, and I was good. And that one incident, he said, that was a sick person. And there's no reason for this. Like people say, oh, everything happens for a reason. You can't. That's BS. I don't buy that everything happens for a reason when a child is murdered, ever. But he said that you're going to understand the greater spiritual message for this, about you understanding forgiveness and accepting people and wait, he says, and they didn't. Oh wait, did he get off? He didn't get totally prosecuted. So that's the thing he's saying too, is that you have to forgive because the courts did not support you. He's showing me also. A boat. Did you guys go out on a speedboat? Did you go out on when you guys were younger?
We have done.
Like,
yeah.
The last time he said there was, and the girl was there. Does this make sense around the girl was there, the lake?
I was camping.
You were camping when it happened.
Killed.
You were by the lake and there was a boat. Right, okay. And yes, I understand that now. Sorry, thank you. So that's the piece that he wants, that the boat piece. You need to heal the boat piece. You couldn't have stopped it. Do you understand this? So you have a memory of that somehow you think, if I hadn't have been on the boat, if I hadn't have gone to the water, I could have stopped this from happening. You couldn't have stopped it from happening. You couldn't. I am so sorry for your loss. This young man loves you so much. I hope I've given you some peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I communicate with loved ones who have passed in order to bring through their messages, because until we're willing to face our old stories, they'll continue to have power over us. Our loved ones want to make sure that we live our lives to the fullest. So until next time, I'm Colette Baron-Reid with Messages from Spirit.
Truly, I'm a believer. I believe in the spirits. I believe in the afterlife. I believe that they guide you. I believe that they lead you. And I believe that they visit you as often as they want to. And sometimes, when you least expect it, you got that little helping hand, your gut telling you to do something right.
I think it's great. I think Colette has a real gift. She's connected with a lot of people in the audience and their loved ones.
I totally believe in it. This can't just be what we have here. There's got to be something beyond, and I totally embrace and believe in it strongly.
We are spirit. We are energy. I work in a vet clinic, and so I let go of a lot of animals. I watch spirit leave. It is too big to be contained in these tiny little bodies that we are.